game. And Sig, what are you looking forward to in this second game?
Well, I think if it's anything like the first game, you're going to see some domination. And in the mid lane, the top card right off the bat, it's Ace. Man dealt 38,000 compared to the 21,000 on Oriana. Lot performed very strong in team fights, but he could not bring the damage to the fight. And with a 6k damage differential in favor of Caitlyn in that last game, that was where the real damage was. Just so much AoE damage from Ace in those sieges. It was very difficult to push out any kind of engagement.
Yeah, absolutely. And more than that, the engagements that were there weren't necessarily as many or as aggressive as maybe we were expecting to see with the team comp they had. Kind of like what Running said at the end of the last match. So we'll see if White Wolf's able to maybe focus their game plan a little bit more and be able to carry this off and make it a 1-to-1. But let's see where it goes, as we have switched sides, of course, with option 12 now on blue and White Wolf on red. Let's see where the bans go. I'm expecting similar. Yeah, I was gonna say I'm expecting similar bans out of option 12. Maybe we'll see if White Wolf shakes it up a little bit. Yeah, I mean, if you guys were banning for, we'll start with you, Running. If you were banning on White Wolf, would you ban anybody in particular from option 12, or would you stick with what you did before?
I think the Soraka Cho combo is really strong, so whichever one you're more uncomfortable with. It looked like the bot lane didn't really play too well against the Soraka, so maybe throw a ban that way. But yeah, that combo just seemed really strong, so if you ban out one part of the combo, I think that'd be alright.
Well, they do take the Lux out, probably more secure in that than taking the Veigar out. Yeah, probably won't see a Veigar ban this time, I'd imagine. But let's see what kind of first pick we get here. If it's Varus again, I'm gonna go cry in a corner for 30 seconds. All right. Grabbing that show right away. Actually surprised because they let the what's his face through. They left Yorick through. So I'm surprised that they didn't grab that.
With the Gnar ban, you have to prioritize it. He's too strong in the meta right now.
But come on, Prowlers. What's one of favorites? Come on, Prowler. Where's the love, man? You got your boy through the first ban phase. You don't pick him. Disappointed, Prowler. I don't care.
He's just so used to getting banned out.
Right, you probably didn't even notice. It's like, alright, gotta pick Cho. Yorick's been banned. Wait, he hasn't? What?
Damn it! Well, White Wolf right off the bat going for the sex appeal with Rek'Sai.
A little bit better early game, might be able to get in there, find the other jungler, start some skirmishes.
And Varus again. Yeah, Rek'Sai will definitely be able to hop in there maybe a little bit better than Sejuani can. Early.
There's the tremor sense to find the other jungler.
Yeah, I guess we have a newbie in the chat for Locoetic asks why there are a lot of mid lane bans.
It's because everyone's scared of Ace 10,301's champion pool there. Oh, they do pick the Yorick. So
where's Cho gonna go?
Jungle Cho, I would imagine.
Ace is probably just making a statement saying he can play anything in the mid lane. That's Ace on Yorick, guys. Ace on Yorick.
Cho mid.
I actually think I've seen Ace do Cho before mid, but not, regularly.
Great AP scaling.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
not gonna let that slide in the cusp of the championship here. No, that's not gonna happen.
Oh, Odin calling it out. Meh, Ace's champ pool isn't that scary.
Well, I guess we'll see. I mean, every team that a team Ace has been on proves otherwise. But whatever.
Well, think about it. What do you ban now from White Wolf? Do you ban mid laners? Well, what if it's Cho mid? You wasted your bans. Do you ban junglers?
Yeah, I mean the flexibility that Cho has, especially once the Yorick has been picked up like that, is definitely good. Well, we're scared of Soraka, so you take that out.
I'd be thinking yes. I'd be thinking support bans. They're guaranteed.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard to prioritize, but I feel like that they're probably gonna you say that last ban for mid laner again?
Yeah, I'd say they're taking Xerath off the board. If they felt like banning Xerath in game one, they'll ban him in this game also.
Is clouded. Seek clarity.
A lot of support bans early on today. Let's see if that keeps on through the rest or not.
Well, it's major threat.
A Vhagar ban again. So confused.
He's really strong and not very hard to pick up either. He's not exactly the most mechanically intensive champion, and yeah, for his risk reward in the mid lane, just being able to ult someone, one shot him.
All right, and we do see Pantheon getting banned as the last ban here from option 12. Not too surprised by that. He was definitely irritating for Ace and Ashaway that last game.
Even though he did struggle against Cho, he did deal 5,000 more damage than Cho last game, so very solid.
Yep, there's the Xerath. So calling out Ace's champ picks again. Heimerdinger is really interesting. I wonder where he's going to go. Top lane?
Maybe.
It's a very squishy team so far.
Yeah.
It's going to be a support Heimerdinger. Let's get real here.
I want to see Alistar. If they don't, well, I mean, they could do Leona too, I guess. But I mean, Leona or Alistar for support.
I wouldn't mind seeing them take a healer.
No, Trundle. That wouldn't be bad either.
Or, yeah.
Let's see what it is. All right.
Wonky comp coming out of White Wolf today.
Yeah, they're
they're known for that.
Yeah, they do some wonky stuff. They have fun. White Wolf's the fun team. Always has been. All right, so we do have Jungle Cho'Gath. Would be interested to see if that was the initial plan, or if Prowler did realize Yorick was available, and so was like, "Look, Truffle, just play Cho'Gath. You'll do great." But yeah, and then the rest of the team, about kind of what you'd expect from option 12. You do have Ashway with the caster support. Ace on Xerath, his, let's say, third favorite champion. Shaden on Tristana should be interesting to watch. But I am, like we said, running. We'll start with you. Tell me about this White Wolf comp.
I have no idea what I'm looking at. No, I think I think they take the Heimerdinger because I'm assuming that's what he's comfortable playing into the Yorick. They left him unbanned, so they must have, in their minds, had an answer, and that's what it is. I can see it being all right. Yorick just usually wants to pound you down, get on top of you, and I think Heimer kind of stops a lot of that. Rek'Sai, hopefully he'll get into that jungle, find the Cho'Gath, start some fights. And then bot lane, I'm not sure about the Trundle into Morgana Tristana matchup, but Varus still pretty strong. He's going to hit his spike, hopefully before Tristana, if they could at least go even, and hopefully get some fights bot lane. Of course, just straight 2v2s.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Nickel, what do you think about the potential for White Wolf to be a little bit better, maybe at objective control with this team?
I mean, they're throwing some new champs into the pool today. It's going to be interesting to see how they have to have a plan some way, shape, or form with these picks. So I feel like that they just took what they learned from last game and was trying to just buckle down and give something different to show. I mean, that Heimerdinger top, I feel like that's going to be a good counter for that Yorick. And then the Rek'Sai, high mobility throughout the jungle. Hopefully, we're going to see some ganks through the mid lane and the top lane, give some help to Lismakis and EPH. Can never get that name right in my head. And also just the Varus Trundle. Varus is something that Arcane Soda is definitely comfortable with. He's comfortable with the champ. And then Trundle, we're going to have a little bit more of some slowdowns and then some pretty nice lockdowns, hopefully.
Mm-hmm. And Sig, since you're the self-described support master, you're a support. You see a Trundle support against you in lane. What are your thoughts? What are you trying to do to protect your ADC?
You're throwing Q every time it's off cooldown. You want to lock down Trundle because if he gets on top of Trist, there's a major damage output. Trundle has incredible capabilities early game with the kit that he has. So you're going to want to CC, you're going to want to throw that shield on Trist as much as you can. I'm blown away at some of the thought that I think, if they're not as stupid as I don't think they are, that White Wolf put into this comp. I'm gonna disagree and say that I think Heimerdinger might be an enlightened pick against Yorick. This is major damage over time comp, and it's going to pay off, I think. I'm going to give this to White Wolf.
Yeah, I'm interested to see how kind of their more artillery style team, because Varus and Vel'Koz are both able to do similar things to what Caitlyn and Lux did last game. And we'll just see how that works, because they do have a Xerath to help counter that as well.
If I had to say anything, if I'm White Wolf, I'm just gonna camp the HE double hockey stick out of the mid lane. I'm gonna walk down there with Karis and just Q at him. I'm gonna gank him with Rek'Sai, blow the flash. I'm gonna make him teleport to his lane. I'm gonna chunk him out. I'm gonna do everything I can to keep that Varus in lane, keep him from roaming, and just that's what I would do. That would be my game plan, especially seeing how dominant he is in every game, especially with the roams. You see a lot of his kills come out of roams.
Mm-hmm.
Ace has a Xerath skin. All right. Well, we'll see if that we'll see if that works out for them, and maybe White Wolf can lock this game up 1-1.
Catch you later.
All right, really quick loading screen there. Surprised to see Cho without a skin, though it is on a different player this time. And we will see how it goes. Also disappointed to not see Vel'Koz with the skin either. Vel'Koz got a couple good skins.
Yeah, he's solid all around. Well, he's just interesting to design for, I imagine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And of course, Arcane Soda shuffling around his Varus skins. But we'll see how it goes. That's how you know you really like a champion, when you have more than one skin for him.
Gotta catch them all.
Alright, so top lane's facing off. Prowler doing some posing there. Dance party. But does not look like any sort of major engagement, though Ace, I think, is going to try to be a little bit of a jerk here. Yep.
Oh, BM Ace.
Really interesting choice to go a different direction there. Ooh. Well, so much for honor among players.
I think Ace just lost 100 fun points. I'm moving you to the bottom of the mid pool just for that, Ace. Very poor performance.
Well, I'm sure he's really broken up about that. But both flashes now blown top lane could mean good things for Cheney and Truffle when their various ganks go off. We'll have to see though how that works out, and I'm especially interested to see if how aggressive White Wolf decides to be this game compared to their, let's say, lack of aggression in the previous game.
I think it's not just lack of aggression, it was difficult to aggress. Ace just wouldn't let them leave whatever objective they were on with all that poke.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. And of course we have seen, as we said in the analyst desk, Prowler is very aggressive on Yorick. So we'll see how a relatively squishy Heimer puts up with that. He is setting up a lot of turrets though, as is his pedigree. And Ace pushed back a little bit. Of course, Vel'Koz can be pretty aggressive early, especially once he gets his second level. Able to really combo that passive. And we'll just have to see where each side takes it. Good trap there on Arcane Soda, getting a little damage out there. And jungles are both being a little more passive. No early ganks coming out of either of them.
Looks like Cho is moving to the top. Truffle looking to go a little aggressive on this Jaime pick.
Yeah, let's see. Heimer is pushing. so might end up getting caught out here. There is no ward there for RTC either, so he theoretically will not see this coming.
No, and with Flash down, this very well could be first blood.
Well, here we go. Does get the big knock-up, gets the trap, that's pretty much it. Well, that was a thing that happened. So really good, really painful combo that could come out of that Yorick and Cho. I'm going to expect to see Cho up there a lot more.
Oh yeah, penalize that pick, but I'm still saying that it's going to play very well.
Well, I mean, I believe you. I'm just, you know, when you have knock-up, trap, and then the guy's dead, that's a combo that cannot be ignored.
Yeah, no, not much you can do about it.
A lot of aggression going on in the bot lane right now, including a Yorick. A lot of counter teleporting going on here. Let's see how it works out for him. Yorick comes down. Heimer actually does not decide to teleport bot. Still heads up top. Ace really poking Lamachus down as well. Might actually get Lamachus here. Nope, Lamachus is sent back. Alright, so a little bit of excitement down there in the bot lane, but nothing comes of it, unfortunately, for White Wolf. They were doing a really good turn there for a moment, but unfortunately weren't able to make anything out of it. And we'll see if Ace decides to stick around too much longer. He's at half health, only one potion, and you're going to have a full health Vel'Koz coming back at you. Looks like Cheney is still sticking around. Could get a pull-off on Shaden here. That tunnel, though, and a really good trap from Ashway, probably going to keep him alive. Waiting for that
shield goes down.
Yeah, really good job waiting for that black shield. Good flash. Arcane Soda does hit with the arrow, but does not manage to take him down. And Truffle is here as well. We'll see
Very low health for us.
Yeah, very low health, and that ward, unfortunately for them, did just die, so Truffle can't get a sneaky Q off. But really good job staying alive by Shaden and Ashway, and good rotations by Truffle to help keep them alive.
Yeah, solid rotation from both teams.
Ace heading back to lane now. Not blowing his teleport, just walking. And RTC is still pushing, still rather aggressive thanks to his turrets. Looks like Lismakis is rotating now. Black Shield has been used, so it's not going to be up for any combo Lamachus does. Don't like seeing him rotate now, but the death here should level him up. Ooh, Ace teleports right into the thick of it. Where's your ult, Lamachus? There it is. Might get Ashway here. Nope, does not. And here comes Ace's ult. Picks off Cheney. And this fight is still going to keep going, but these prolonged engagements are what White Wolf likes, as we've said before. Arcane Soda pretty low. Gets away with just a pixel there. Ooh, good. Nope. Good flash there by Truffle. I guess his flash has been spent for that. A lot of really good geometry there coming out of Lismakis, but he's got to get back. Ace's poke is just too much.
Yeah, with that kit, Ace is able to reach right through these minions and just keep the assault going.
Meanwhile, RTC has hit 6, as has Prowler. So their little engagements are going to go to even more heights. Tons of damage coming out of Heimer's primary combo there. Prowler forced to go back. So there's your there's your reason for the pick there, Sig. The burst damage helps counter any attempt that Prowler might make to go in on him.
Well, it's solid burst when he ults, but even without it, those turrets provide constant poke and help mitigate some of that push power that Prowler would have with Yorick.
Alright, so bot lane aside, the other lanes are all pretty much even, checking the golds here. Yeah, 200 gold up in the top lane only from that assist. 500 in the mid, actually, thanks to Ace's 2 kills. But CS-wise, they're all pretty much there. Let's see what Heimer decides to do here. Good root coming out there on Maya-chan as well.
Oh!
There's the kill. So,
Very sneaky.
You're seeing the new meta here, folks. Opposing person picks someone overly aggressive, just pick Heimer. Keep that in mind the next time an Alawi is picked in the LCUS. Let's see if Heimer is counterpicked. Alright, Ace has returned to lane now. Cashing in his gold lead for a tier. Heimer going back to get his gold as well. Really good call out to Ashway here for landing some really good dark bindings. Almost every time I've seen her throw out a dark binding, she's landed in one. Except there. Alright, so Truffle is here to gank Lamascus. Has not been spotted yet. Ace basically sacrificing himself. Good stun to stop that ult. Good slow, good knockup, and that's a dead Vel'Koz.
Difficult to engage.
Once again, bot lane for option 12, able to get out of a sticky engagement. And Heimer is once again scaring Prowler off with a high burst damage.
I think Truffle's had about enough of that. Is seen out by a ward.
Yeah, Truffle doing a really good job making his presence felt in all of the lanes. And on a relatively a mobile champion as well, so good job by him keeping it real and being able to engage properly.
Cheney looking to re-engage in the bot lane, just nothing really came from it. Very mobile Trist.
Yeah, really mobile Trist, and a Trist that can also then turn around and punish you if you screw it up. Cheney getting riffed, the Scuttle Crab. Shaden doing some emotes, I believe. A lot of motion going on here in the mid lane, actually. Truffle is possibly going to get collapsed on here. Prowler coming to help. Does throw up the barrier. Lamascus throwing down some damage of his own. Does get a poke off. Really nice poke, actually. Good jump there by Cheney, and may get out of it as well. Really good slows. Ult coming down on RTC, but I think they all missed. Doesn't matter though, as Truffle manages to chomp his way to victory. Lamascus unfortunately does not have... Actually, he just got ult back. Nope, Truffle's healing pretty effectively there. Thank you, passives from Cho. Ooh, damage over time there takes out Arcane Soda while we were busy with all the excitement in the mid lane. Big ult comes out of Lamascus, and unfortunately Ace has to blow flash.
We did see Prowler TP to the bot lane. Looks like they're making a heavy push onto this bot lane turret.
Yeah, really good job doing that, especially because this is the first, well, second death we've managed to get in the bot lane. So take advantage of that small advantage while you have it. And now it looks like they're going to try to get that Ocean Drake, which will definitely help them out, considering how prolonged these fights seem to be going. Ace, meanwhile, while they're doing this, is rotating top to stop Heimer from pushing. RTC, of course, would probably try to take advantage of this situation. Leaving Truffle to chomp down on that, so Truffle has 2 stacks now. Ooh. Ashway almost managed to get out, but decides to cancel her back. And now they're turning on Prowler. Prowler is probably going to go down here. Really good blast cone there by Arcane Soda to get into that. Deal a little bit extra damage.
Yeah, turn that 2v2.
Yeah. Ooh, Ashway probably going to regret not getting away when she had the chance. She could have gotten out of there, but tried to stay back to help Truffle. Didn't quite work out.
Yeah, that was the team fight that White Wolf was looking for.
And Ace falls to the slightly unpredictable range and directions of RTC's cluster rockets. So here comes White Wolf taking big advantage of that really great play that they did there, getting a lot of kills. I think that was actually a 4-kill exchange when all was said and done. And the gold lead is back to equal. Let's see if RTC can help increase it, but that turret is really strong. Amaya and Prowler butt heads in bot lane, but of course Support Trundle is probably going to lose to Yorick, even if the Yorick is 0-3.
Yeah, very underpowered, and Yorick does have that damage up right now with the Sheen as well as a longsword.
And Ace is back up in the top lane. We have moved mid lane to top lane, folks, because we have a Heimerdinger against a Xerath top lane. Ace really trying to get an angle there, but doesn't quite manage it. Does pull off the ult, but just can't hit RTC today. Does manage to land one and a little bit of poke there. Let's see if Shaden dives. Thought about it, but Cheney was right there, so decides not to. And looks like Arcane Soda might be sticking around to consider ganking on Prowler, but Prowler wisely goes back. Possibly was spied out. There was a ping of warning. Gonna be a big fight top lane. RTC is still very weak. Let's see how this siege goes. Oh, also a fight going on here. Prowler and Truffle in a wet noodle fight with Amaya-chan. Arcane Soda is here. Big ult coming out there. Does get silenced. Chicken's out a little bit, but does manage to get back. Teleport coming in from the Heimer. Big slows on the Truffle. Does Amaya get away? No, they do not. And unfortunately, Arcane Soda has to let Truffle go. So they try to collapse on Prowler. Let's see if it works. Good stun. Will they be able to take out Prowler, though? Prowler is really tanky, and actually a big knockup comes. Devoured to get that there. And meanwhile, up in the top lane, Shaden gets one kill, going for more. Bush, fortunately, helps Cheney get the aggro off there. Action all over the place.
Yeah, crazy game, and it looks like they will take the top turret, continuing this objective secured strategy for option 12.
Next dragon is another Ocean Drake. Probably will be spawning in the next minute or so. Okay, obviously longer than a minute because that's how the indicator works, but whatever. And now going in on the Rift Herald. Probably be able to lock that down again. Second Rift Herald for option 12 of the night. Really not liking the ward coverage out of White Wolf here. I mean, obviously they've been trying, but at the moment it's pretty lackluster with just their control wards. So they gotta go in and replace those.
Well, with nowhere really to go into the jungle safely because the top turret and the bottom turret still being up, just very difficult to push out, where that is not the case for option 12. They're able to get into the jungle and escape very safely, knowing there's no turret threat.
Yeah, definitely. And let's see what kind of aggression they decide to go here for White Wolf. They are rotating a little bit into the mid lane. Meanwhile, Truffle is trying to, or not Truffle, Trundle on Maya is trying to split push bot lane. Good split push candidate. Also needs to get that farm, so you can get that going a little bit. Another really good poke there from Lamascus. Really liking these angled shots he's doing with his Qs.
Solid understanding of the kit. Very good.
Looks like they're trying to set up for Dragon now. We'll also rotate to try to get Ace on Xerath. Ace has not started running yet, so Rek'Sai is going to be able to jump in on him. Good stun. Flash is blown just to make sure he's safe. Let's get some good poke there. See how this goes. They don't have a minion wave, so this seems rather in vain. Meanwhile, Shaden and Ashway are pushing top. And there's no one there to contest them. Teleport is down. So there is no one who's going to be able to get up there unless they go back. And while they are trying, Shaden can get a lot of damage on that turret before they do.
Yeah, they invested heavily in that bot lane attempt to get the pick on Ace, but it didn't play off due to that minion mistake. I think that's going to be something they address in this upcoming team training.
Good chain there thrown out by Arcane Soda. While Truffle is tanking a lot of turret shots, he does have 5 stacks, so he doesn't care. And now the Rift Herald is doing its work. Charging in a lot of damage on that turret. And here comes the Xerath ult. Arcane Soda kind of caught out. Does survive with... Oh, does not survive. He probably thought he was safe too. But that 4th shot, never expect that 4th shot when you're thinking there's just going to be 3. See if Ace can get out with that. Good pillar there by Amaya-chan. Great job. And good knockup though by Truffle, managing to get Ace out of there. Ace is not out of there. Good last second turret shot there from RTC. Worth noting, of course, that Shaden and Ashaway managed to take out that top lane turret during the confusion. Prowler getting caught, but is very tanky. Cheney also getting caught a little bit. Prowler telling everyone why you should ban Yorick against him at all times, manages to turn that around. Making up for his deaths earlier. Big ult from the Marcus, but he is so weak that he probably shouldn't have done that. Nice attempt with some cluster missiles there by RTC, but doesn't deal too much damage. And this turret's going to fall too, so a lot of objectives being secured by option 12 in a short period of time. And a 6k gold lead. Good poke there by Cheney as well.
White Wolf has an incredible comp where if they were to allow Trundle to get the farm that he's been going for, to get that extra bit of damage, it would be wonderful. But option 12 don't want a team fight. They want to stay on these objectives, take them, get out. And it's playing very well for them.
Yeah, they've had a real lack of team fights. The closest thing you can call team fights is when maybe 2 or 3 of them start a little skirmish in a side lane and then Ace comes over to help with his artillery or something like that. It hasn't really been any 5-on-5s, as you pointed out, and that's definitely working to the detriment of White Wolf here. We'll have to
very difficult.
We'll have to see what they decide to do with what they have. Baron is up. They do have ward coverage on it, so not going to get sneakily taken. May still get sneakily stolen. But now they're pushing up toward that top lane. Prowler does catch a Maya-chan. Of course, the Maya-chan unfortunately still has that support, not only support build, but support CS. So, not able to go toe-to-toe with Prowler just yet.
No, difficult with a Tiamat under your belt. Only having a Tiamat under your belt to be any kind of threat.
I would like to see Cheney and Lamascus maybe try to collapse on that Morgan, or Morgana rather, or Ace on Xerath. I mean, there were 2 potential pickoffs right there, but either due to lack of vision or thinking they were more needed up in the top lane, they didn't take advantage of it. Ooh, big flash there from Shaden. Trying to go in on Arcane Soda, who's going to get blown up here. That's unfortunate. Arcane Soda's really not having a great day today on his choice of ADC. 0-5 and only completing Rage Blade. I mean, I've said it before, and I will unfortunately, you know, be forced to say it again. When it comes to all the various ADCs we've been dealing with, and we've seen a lot of them in the LCUS this split. Maybe I'll have to finish my speech once this Baron's over. Oh, here goes Cheney trying to steal it. Oh, but the Cho gets a second Baron.
It's so difficult to outsmite a Cho because that feast and smite, just not going to happen.
7 feast kills now. Anyway, like I was gonna say, I have not been impressed by Varus very much at all in the LCUS this split. I know he's been picked up a lot. I know that he's strong in the right hands and in the meta, but he just hasn't been putting in the work compared to some of the other ADCs, in my opinion.
I can see it. I can see it. Definitely more of a powerhouse last split than this one, but...
Alright, so really dominating position right now from option 12, and we're at the gold lead where this game's going to end pretty soon. We have a 10k gold lead, generally about 9k is the one it generally seems like in the LCUS. The game becomes untenable. Good job going in on Prowler here, though. Big damage coming off. Does get a lot of little zombies off on Lamascus. Let's see if the team can come in and follow up on it. Shaden's getting 1 kill. Shaden might be able to get 2 kills here. Maya-chan is still pretty weak. Yep, Shaden's going for it. Does get the Varus. Rek'Sai does... Ooh! Good play there by Cheney. Does get taken out.
Counter.
Yeah, it does get taken out in the process, but good job not backing down from that fight. Definitely saved Amaya and RTC. That being said, Ace is doing his split pushing. Got split pushing mid laners this game, folks. Um, and gonna get this inhibitor most likely as well, as Amaya A doesn't have the meat to stand up to anything, and B is busy trying to deal with Truffle. RTC does manage to get a throw out there. Let's see where that goes. Does manage to get picked off, unfortunately, and the inhibitor goes down as well. All the inhibitors are going to go down. This is probably going to be game.
Yeah, difficult to fight back from this place.
Yeah, especially because they're kind of trickling in again in their own base, strangely enough. Trying to 1v1 and just getting picked off.
When you stagger out those death timers, you really give yourself a big advantage. It's constantly a 4v5 or a 4v3.
Well, 2 games, 2 victories for Option 12, proving that they are definitively number 1 in the split so far at this point. The team to beat. All right, excellent. So let's get some end game reaction here. We'll start with you, Sig. How do you think that it all just kind of worked out for Option 12 there?
They wanted it. They wanted it pick ban. They went with a very meta comp and they got a very meta win. Mages are so strong right now, and when you've got one on support who dealt a solid 7k damage and 15k damage, which was the best in the game between both teams on Ace with Xerath, just so hard to manage. And with a strong performance by Shaden, making sure that able to continue that push and be a threat in every team fight, it was just difficult for White Wolf to play out of this one.
Yeah, just really rough to see how White Wolf managed to handle that. Nichols, running, you with us?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yes, sir.
All right, excellent. We'll get your reaction right after we jump into the interview room. We do have Shaden here with us, so let's head over there. Hey, Shaden, how's it going?
Hello.
Congratulations
Doing
on
great.
your wins.
Hey, thanks.
And I'll throw it over to my my buddies here to ask you some questions.
Well, Shaden, I'll start off. You had some very strong picks today. With game 2, you picked Triss, late game scaling hyper carry. You didn't make it to the late game, but you still maintained a strong performance. What was your reason for that pick, and what appeared to be an objective controlled comp?
Okay, so I kind of knew that from the first game that they were kind of going to sit bot lane like they did that second game as well. So I wanted a champion who I can just easily get out from like any engage they're going to throw at me. So I figured if I could time a few Tristan or rocket jumps perfect, that the ganks really wouldn't be worth it for them.
Excellent, great thought process there. Something I wanted to ask, just about your team composition in general. That second game was Cho picked with the intention to be jungle initially, or was that happening after you guys saw Yorick wasn't banned?
Correct. It was the Cho'Gath is the flex pick.
I
So
see.
we can pick it. You don't know where it's going to go.
Okay, awesome.
Shaden, what do you think about Varus right now in the meta? You saw your opponent picked it twice with not much success. What do you think about him, and do you like to pick him? Is he in your pool?
I like Varus, but I think just Varus really lacks the early game, like kind of like lane presence. He can give you an auto attack here and there, but really I don't think he's really on point until he has his 2-3 items. When you can play a Shiv IE champ and deal more damage than that.
Yeah, and
I feel like Varus is kind of at a weak spot, I guess.
yeah, that early game weakness, you guys definitely exploited that very well. All right, Nicola, you got anything?
Actually, you guys covered all my questions. Stealing my ideas, guys. Jesus.
Yeah, sorry about that. All right, well, great job once again, Shaden. Congratulations for your team securing the #1 spot this week, and good luck in the rest of the split.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. All right. So after covering that, if anyone else has any other comments about White Wolf Option 12, you want to throw them out now?
Do have to say that Option 12 showed a very commanding victory, although it was kind of I still think it kind of strange from White Wolf Gaming to go with the picks that they decided. I mean, even the chat seemed confused as we, Ronan, you probably saw it as well, watching the stream. It was just a little bit of confusion overall, and I actually thought that Heimerdinger probably would have done a little bit more better against the York, at least early game, but quickly proven wrong.
I don't think
that
they.
gank. I think that gank really swayed that lane early, but you saw he was able to still kill the Yorick later on, even though he got that level 3 gank, I think it was.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Killed.
And even then, I don't think Heimer was the problem in this comp. He did the job he was supposed to do and secured kills throughout the game. I still think it was enlightened, but maybe reevaluate some of the other picks.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, we'll be heading into our second game now, which is Take the Land versus Cowbell. Going to do a really quick break, hand some of the casting duties over to Nickel and Running, and we will be back in a moment. Please stay tuned.